Hello, thank you for joining us today. We'll give just another second for everybody to join. Okay, it looks like most everybody's been added and has joined this morning. It is just past 10:32 a.m., so we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to the hearing for the amended 2025 Qualified Allocation Plan, or QAP. I'm Deanne Engstrom, Director of Housing Development, and I'm here with my coworker today, Terry Bradshaw, the Manager of Housing Development. With the signing of House Bill 2289, changes were required within the 2025 QAP. So today we're going to provide an overview of those proposed changes. Terry will present momentarily a summary of those, and then we'll open it up for comment. This is just one part or opportunity to accept comments for this amended QAP. So feel free to use the questions function of this webinar today to submit your comment. After this hearing this morning, we'll accept comments through 5 p.m. Central Standard Time today. Comments can be submitted to Housing Development at kshousingcorp.org. And thank you. I'll go ahead and turn it over to Terry now for the summary of the changes. Thanks for being here today.
Good morning. I think this slide hasn't moved forward yet.
Did that work?
Okay. Yes, there we go.
Okay.
Actually, if you will put it up, well, okay. The background for, I think Deanne already touched on this a little bit, but on April 24th, 2025, Governor Kelly signed House Bill 2289, which implements additional requirements regarding the Kansas Affordable Housing Tax Credit, or KAHTC. So specifically, the bill restricts the total allocation of KAHTCs to $25 million for the 2025 Qualified Allocation Plan. KHRC has incorporated this change into the proposed amended 2025 QAP that was published on May 8th of 2025. Let me go on to the next slide. Okay. In the actual QAP, you will note our proposed changes on page 1 include the addition of, it notes that there was the passage of House Bill 2289 and the $25 million state tax credit award limit. It also addresses the public comment period and the public hearing for the amendment itself. On page 4, we've updated the 4% round 1 award announcement date, which went from being May 23rd to June 6th. On pages 10 and 11, we also have stated the amount of state credit available in each 4% round, which is now $8 million per round for a total of $16 million under the 2025 amended QAP. It also removes the targeted set-asides for the 4% rounds. You want to change slide? Okay. The amended QAP timeline, we did publish the draft QAP was released on May 8th. The hearing, of course, is the QAP public hearing is today, May 23rd. And we are accepting QAP comments until 5 p.m. today as well, May 23rd. We do tentatively anticipate issuing the amended QAP on May 3rd or 30th of 2025. And I think the last slide just lets you know that all comments are, again, as Deanne stated, all comments are accepted or will be accepted until 5 p.m. today, May 23rd. And we provided the email address as housingdevelopment@kshousingcorp.org for you to submit those comments to, or you can also put them in the questions portion of this public hearing. We also would encourage you, if you haven't reviewed it, to please visit our QAP website for our redlined amended QAP and notice of amendment. And the link is provided in this presentation.
Thank you, Terry. Yep.
Thank you.
At this point, we will continue to leave this hearing open. Please post your comment if you have any in the questions, and we will keep it open for the next maybe 5 minutes or so here. Again, if you have any comment, please feel free to put them in the questions function, or we'll be accepting comments through 5 p.m. today, May 23rd, at housingdevelopment@kshousingcorp.org. I believe I may see a comment. From Lee, would you like to ask your comment? Feel free to unmute yourself if you'd like. Okay, your mic has been muted. We'll work on to see if we can get you specifically unmuted. Thank you.
Hi, thanks for unmuting me. I was curious if you were going to be going over the QAP in detail or highlighting any changes that were made in this round. And I guess my comment is that we in Douglas County and Lawrence have been discussing and would like to recommend that the period of affordability be extended. And have not, I guess, have not known the best opportunity or time to really make that recommendation, but and recognizing that it's likely way too late at this point. But I guess that's a side comment or recommendation is looking at the period of affordability, and if you all have discussed that.
Thank you for the comment.
I am going to just note on that. This hearing is specifically for the amended 2025 QAP, and so I believe that you will want to just keep your eye out for when we actually publish the 2026 QAP, which will be the QAP in its entirety, the only sections of the 2025 QAP that have had any modifications done to them are specific to the amended QAP that we're publishing. So later on in the summer, you should be able to see publication go out for the 2026 QAP.
Thank you. We'll continue to open it up for comment inside the questions function.
Deanna, it looks like there was another question saying
Yes,
limited to 6 million for 2025. And yes, that is how we presented it, is that the 4% applications awards are limited to 6 million for 2025.
No, thank you, Terry. Yep, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave this open for comment for another 2 minutes. Please feel free to use the questions function, where you can still submit your comment to our housing development team at housingdevelopment@kshousingcorp.org until 5 p.m. today. Terry, it looks like we have another comment. 6 million per applicant, or 6 million for the total of all applications on the state portion of the 4% credit.
It's 6 million. It's limited to 8 million per round for all awards.
Terry, I'll read another comment that came in. LIHTC amount capped at 25 million, 16 million for 4%. Where's the other 9 million available? Is that allocated for 9%?
We didn't address that in the changes, but yes, the remaining portion of that 25 million would be in the 9% round. We did publish a NOFA this week that actually addresses that.
Terry, another question. Can you expand on the award allocation difference between 6 million and 8 million? Still unclear.
I believe if you're talking about the 4% application award change, or the 4% award change for 2025, the total amount of potential award is 16 million. and that is then divided between two rounds, round one and round two, with 8 million awarded in each round, up to 8 million awarded in each round. I would like to just remind you that all of the questions or comments will be also published and responded to in writing as well.
And Terry, we have another question. It looks like I would like to clarify my question. I understand the Kansas credits will be limited to 16 million for bond deals. Will the matching federal credit also be limited to 16 million this year, or will the state and federal credits decouple?
No, they will not be decoupled. So no, they are not decoupled. It is still a dollar for dollar match with the federal credit.
And Terry, the $6 million cap sounds like any one application can receive up to 6 million of the 8 million available per round. Yes.
I'm not sure where the $6 million cap is coming from. And so, and we have, well, in theory, I guess, okay, there could be a project that requested 8 million in tax credits. However, that would not be within the norm of what we've awarded previously. If the, I get, and I see here you say you're still unclear. I would say that you need to just reach out to us outside of this public hearing if you have other comments or have questions about the change, and not necessarily comments about, how we've changed it. You can send your questions to us also at the housing development at kshousingcorp.org.
Thank you. We'll leave it open for comment for another minute. Please feel free to use the questions function if you do have questions specific to the amended QAP or comment. You can also reach us at housing development at kshousingcorp.org. Again, if you have comment on this amended QAP, we'll leave it open just for another minute here. You can use the questions function, or we'll be accepting comment through 5 p.m. today. Okay, Terry, do you think that would be okay? No, just a second, Terry. For 4%, have all set-aside designations been eliminated entirely in the scoring of projects?
I'm gonna leave that to be responded to later. You would need to clarify the the set aside that's been amended is the 35% acquisition rehab and 35% new construction. That is the only change to the 2025 QAP.
Shelby, please feel free to email housing development at kshousingcorp.org. Again, if there's any other comments, please feel free to put them in the questions function. And also questions can be asked at housing development at kshousingcorp.org. Okay, I believe we've let about 4 minutes pass there. Okay, well, thank you all for being here today. Thank you particularly to our housing development team, Terry. Thank you for being here. Haley, John, and Scott for all the work that went into this amended QAP. At this time, we're going to close the hearing. Thank you all for your participation and interest in housing across Kansas. And that will conclude today's hearing.